Hey yo, what up? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, this is Sunday night or Sunday evening. It's getting dark outside over here where we are. And today, as you can see, IAE 2955 Apua, Banu, Esperia, Katak, and Grace Market. Basically, an alien ship day. And y'all know that we are here only and really only for the Banu. Because we already have pledged for the merchantman. And here you can see the merchantman war bond. Yeah, you need to spend IRL to get that war bond deal. And this is the new concept. Yeah, it looks awesome. It looks bigger than it actually is, or at least we assume. We don't have, yeah, here we have people. Can you see that? No. Here we have people, and you can stack 3 or 5 until they reach the bottom of the ship. That big, that height that ship is. But what else is there? Free to fly. The Banu Escort Fighter Defender. What? For 220 IRL. That is expensive. Yeah, we have available this Defender because this comes as a loaner for the Banu Merchantman. Makes kind of sense, but we never ever would spend 220 for this ship, for this crap of ship. Yeah, and it looks like a crap actually. So the other thing is, the Banu Merchantman is listed for 650, and we kind of remember that it was 350 back then as well. So we want to have a look at it. Scroll down again. Yeah, this website is not that great. View offers, we go back. Interstellar Traveling Bazaar. It has, only these 2 ships. Oh, okay. Yeah, so we clicked on the Banu, that's why. But there are other, Alien Complete. Let's have a look at that. Look at that as well. 3,600, you will get the Alien Complete pack. We will have a look inside what that actually is. And down here, we got different paints for all those ships. And we can say, okay, the Defender, Wanderer, Harmony, Oculus, and the paint. Paints, ship paints, 150 IRL. And that is, so let's see, Apua. This Cartual, 175. 45 Knox. Let's have a check if that has LTI on it. If so, we would recommend get that LTI token for 45 and then upgrade later on. The Santokyai 240, never flown it. This one we tried once it was free fly last year. I think this one, this one is free to fly. You can go to Orison Vision Center and rent them all for free for absolutely no money. Not IRL money, not in-game money. And here as well, the same paint jobs. Different ship manufacturers. So that would mean Apua. Yeah, these are all the Apua paints for 150. No, Esperia is not Apua. Esperia. The Vandal Blade. It looks cool. Can't remember we had flown one. 275 IRL. The Clave was free to fly. 350. Yeah. The Prowler, what is this? Dropship, yeah? You only drop people, nothing else. 440. It's not even worth 220, to be quite frank. And when we speak of 220, yeah, this one would be worth, well, doesn't mean worth, yeah, the ship value would be 220 if we would rate the ship, because this one is limited to 32 SCUs, which is basically nothing. All right, so, and then the Stinger, it's a heavy fighter. As a fighter, it's awesome, but it has absolutely weak shields. So, no, 315, 115, Shrike 115. I mean, they look awesome. They look all awesome, but they don't look alien. They look like animals from Earth. But who cares, right? Alien pack, the paints. I mean, the Stinger has some very nice paints. The green one, the black one. Yeah. Of course, we would go for the red one, but you need to see it all to have a to create an opinion on. The Gattack. What do the Gattack have? Yeah, the Raylan. We already have a Raylan, but we will have a check on what does that mean we have a Raylan. We pledged for a Raylan. That's all what we did. We spent IRL money for that ship. 225, more or less, was it back then when we pledged for it. It's still the same price, which is basically great. Yeah, they only have two ships, the Zulan and the Raylan. And that is the problem, yeah. With pledging the Raylan, we got the Zulan in our ship fleet. And the last one, the latest one, Gray's Market, they still have only that one particular ship. And this is okay, but 150, for that it has less than a Cutlass Black, so the price should be less. Cutlass Black is 110, this should be something like 90, or let's say 105, just to have a zero at the beginning. So these are the ships they have to offer here as well, paints for the sheath. I mean, we flown one, and yeah, it brings you from A to B. So we are here for the Banu, and basically only for the Banu. But before we go into the Banu, we want to have a check on the Alien Complete Pack for 3,270. At this point, we would say, if you want to spend 3,200, spend it for the Drake Kraken. Drake Kraken is sold out this year's IAE. You will get 14 vehicles, all of them lifetime insurance. We do not know if you can upgrade a single ship with LTI, or if you upgrade, can you even upgrade from this one? You can pledge for this one to generate store credit, yeah? You can add this and then melt it, and then you have store credit. And here we got the Stinger, Zulan, Talon, Prowlers, Defender, Nox, basically the same ships like we had seen before, but the Merchantman and the Raylan are included in this Alien Complete Pack. But there is another pack, 3,600. 3,600 Alien Complete Pack. So let's have a check. What's inside what the others don't have? It has the same. We wouldn't even say it has less than the other one. This one has, 14. Stinger, Zulan, Talon, Prowler. Stinger, Zulan, Talon, Prowler. Cartual, Clave, Blade. They are totally the same. But for whatever reason, the price is different. And what is it? We have no idea. This one is a war bond. This one is a war bond. Yeah, war bond. And this one is not a war bond. Okay, so that is the difference between those two packs. One is war bond, the other is not. And when we compare these two, what does that mean? War bond, you need to spend IRL money to get this one. You cannot use store credit for that. But if you have store credit, you can spend 400 more. Fuck this shit. You would save. You need to spend 3,200 in order to save 400. All right. So then, what is this page? Open ship upgrade. So it looks still for Drake. Let's see. IAE, yeah, the Banu merchantman here listed with 702. Concept, merchantman with 10 years insurance. In concept. Add to cart, or we can upgrade. Special upgrade offer. This vehicle is available as war bond upgrade for limited time. Get it? Discounted price. So we will have a check on. And we will do it with the rail, and that is the plan. And we would spend 405. Now the problem here is, it is a war bond. We do not want war bond upgrade here. Options. Yeah. Standalone. Railen. 450, add to the cart, checkout. So we get rid of this one. We get rid of this one. And then we get rid of the Warbond edition. And then we will need to spend $460 to get that upgrade. But we need to be fast because they say it is limited time offer. And we are not quite sure if that limited time offer is regarding to the war bond, right? And so we want to have a check on the loaner matrix when it comes to the merchantman, because the merchantman is also a very, very old ship and they never finished. So merchant. What did we do? Come on. Merchant. It will give us the Hull C, the Defender we had talked about, and the Hercules C2. This is the loaner we want. Yeah. And we are here in the hangar, and we will find our merchantman. Where is our merchantman? We will upgrade this one. Here, we got the Zeus Mark CL merchantman. 10 years insurance. That is the thing that you would pledge if you go by now. But we will exchange this one. This will unlock 560 for us. And so we need to have a check on the we need to okay, so we got rid of the merchantman, and now we can upgrade the merchantman. But we do not spend 460, we spend zero. We spend zero money on that ship. This will be one thing. So let's have a check on this one. No, Apronox comes with 10 years. For what it is, 10 years is great. But we are looking for LTIs in order to have a chain to upgrade. Yeah, and this is the thing. The Raylan also comes for 110. 120-month insurance, but we have the Raylan as LTI because we upgraded back then Foundation Festival with LTI. So as soon as we will apply the upgrade, we will get rid of the Sulen in our ship fleet. That is a reduction of 1 ship in our ship fleet. You could go for the Raylan, but the Raylan is a little bit weird because it is an alien ship first of all, and this one is actually alien. It's considered medium, and the cargo pods are not squared. But the interior looks absolutely amazing, absolutely beautiful. We could imagine walking around in that virtual space, and that kind of cute. Yeah, look at that. It's futuristic. This is alien style. And that was the main reason why we ever pledged for this ship. Not because we wanted to waste money, just because we had been curious to see this ship. Yeah, it comes with 640 SU, which is quite a large amount for that size form factor of the ship. Alright, so we do not do that. What does the Raylan give you as a loaner? Raylan, what is wrong today? Constellation Taurus. That is the reason why we also pledge for that, for the Taurus. But now, seeing this, as soon as we upgrade to the Banner Merchantman, we actually got a reduction of 2. The Sulen and the Taurus will leave our ship fleet. And so we will go for that, right? Continue. Oh, I shouldn't have seen that. God damn it. Alright, so having that done, and when we have a look into, we have 135 store credit for whatever reason. Now we have the Raylan Merchantman. We can apply now to get the loaner of the Merchantman. What we also have is we upgraded the Meteor to the 600i. Haven't applied yet. Then we also have the Golem. Why do we have the Golem? Yeah, we doing a video. We had been afraid of that the store credit will not reach to get the Banner Merchantman. And now we are looking for the Zeus. What ship do we need to upgrade to get the Zeus? And we already know Salvation to the Zeus. So we have here an LTI token we do not need anymore. And some paint we also don't need. Another clipper with LTI we do not need, and not with LTI we do not need. So what the fuck did we wrong? Yeah, that is the only one thing that we had been looking for. The Banner Merchantman. So let's have a look. Do we have something that we can melt because we do not need it anymore? We could melt this one. That will give us 80. Then we have 200 store credit. The one salvaging ship is another salvaging ship. This salvaging ship will become the Zeus CL. This one has lifetime, but we upgraded this one to the Ursa, not applied yet. The Meteor will become the 600i, not applied yet. That is okay. That is also okay. Yeah. So seeing this, we need to ask ourselves, once we melt this one, 150, then we would have something like 400 store credit laying around where we have nothing planned for. And this is not good. We need to find out if we can buy gift cards that somebody can redeem. No, of course, we cannot spend store credit onto gift cards. This is not good. This is not good. Yeah, I mean we can melt everything in order to get enough money, store credit, for the Drake Kraken. That would be a thing. The other thing could be a misc ship, but then we have a fleet with a ship in it we have no gameplay for. Not planned, not willing, not looking forward to it. And so what ship manufacturers coming up? I mean, we could still pledge again for the railing. We could pledge again for the railing just to have it. So we need to go back here, hangar. We did the video recording with the clipper already. But we have no idea why did we pledge for this one? The golden paint. Another LTI token. But we made the video for the clipper. We could melt this one for 150. So then we would have almost 300 store credit. And with 300 store credit, we can repledge the railing. And we don't even need LTI for the railing, although we could upgrade in concept. We could upgrade from the ox to this one. Yeah, we would need only 150 store credit, and then we would have this ship available once it's out. But let's have a check on the clipper. It could be that we pledged for the clipper also with store credit, because there is no LTI. So if we would upgrade the clipper to the railing, we would spend 80, use 80 store credit, and it will have 10 LTI. So upgrading to the railing 10 month, 120 month to 120 month, or the golem ox, yeah, with lifetime. Then we would have the Raylan with lifetime. Another question would be, of course, seeing the IAE schedule, is there another ship manufacturer coming up? Mirai, Misk, Anvil, Grey Cat, Argo, Crusader, Aegis. Yeah, there are quite some ship manufacturers coming up, so we would prefer to stay with Drake and RSI. But we gotta say, the Misk Hull C is an awesome ship. And when we look into the Misk ships, and we go for those who are not there yet. Oh, God damn it, this stupid fucking website. And sort high to low. So let's assume we have 300 store credit available. What can we get from A, B, C, D, E? D for 550 and E. If we want to go proper space trucking, one of these would it be? They say it's in concept, unavailable. And up until now, we do not know what that means in concept. Are they in active development or is it just backlog? Then we have the Hull C for 500. Once the Banu Merchantman is out, we will eventually not have the Hull C anymore because of the Banu is out. And then we have the Endeavor, heavy science, yeah. We do not see gameplay at all. We have no idea how CIG will pull that off. So we are not into mining, but this would be something. The Hull B could be could be one thing, and most of all it is considered to be a heavy freight. And for one people, for one guy. So I'll put that here. And other than that, there are no actual ships there that could be interesting. Now we need to consider the ship matrix. But before we consider ship matrix, we want to have a look into the Hull B. In development, they say. So it's not only concept, it is in development. While we had digging into, we saw that this ship is an old ship, a very old ship. And it looks like an insect. And it's only these two pictures so far. Considered to be heavy freight, and we're asking why. 380 SU. This is a proper medium hauler. We know a lot of people say the Taurus constellation is a medium. The Asgard is a medium. No, this one is a medium. So what would we get? We will get the opportunity to have a ship that we can fly solo with 380 SU's cargo capacity. And we do not see a price here, but it was listed with 140 something. And it is not that big, it is medium, yeah, 140. And when we see at the specs, what else does the ship have? Nothing relevant here. They offer variants, let's see. Oh, the Hull C is a variant, and therefore the Hull D as well. Hull D. Yeah. The hull C for 500, hull D for 550. So from the hull B to the hull C is a big gap, and the big gap is measurable with SCUs. Here we see medium, large, capital. Yeah, this is interesting, having a capital ship. But the Banu is also a capital ship. So we go down, large, capital. And here we see the difference, yeah. Proper medium, the hull B. 4,600 SUs, the hull C that is already in-game and it works. And this one, 20,000 SCUs. 20 motherfucking thousand SUs you can cargoing with. But here we have a problem, right? Min crew 1 and the hull C is listed with min crew 2. Up until now we had managed to fly this one solo, and we are not quite sure why they list here 3 people. Is it when you do contracts with these hulls, and it might be that not all boxes can be detached from the grid once you're unloading manually through the contract, yeah, cargo deck, and then you would need to getting rid of the boxes manually, and that would make sense if you would be 2 people, 3 people, if there are separate seats for separate tractor beams. Or way better would be there are, let's say, 3 seats for 3 or 4 or more tractor beams, and from all 3 seats you can activate all tractor beams unless somebody is already on one. That would be awesome. So what else? So the hull D, maximum crew 5. They say in development as well. 20,000. This beast will give us 20,000 SCUs opportunity. But here as well, right? Only these 2 pictures, nothing else. Only these 2 pictures. At least here in the store. It will come with 3 times double S3 guns. Look at that. I mean, if you had flown a fully loaded hull C, imagine how big and slow this thing will be. Yeah? Then you will do only 1 contract per game session, because it will take you 2 hours to park the ship. And it's not that big if it's not extended. 70. It's only big when extended. And then the Harley is even more next level, also capital, and it comes with 750 IRL, and you can transport 100,000 SUs in boxes. Imagine you would have an organization, and you have escort with, let's say, five these small ships, and eventually even a liberator that can spawn in more small ships with an Ursa inside, so that when they crash, die, they will respawn in the Ursa on the liberator, where already the next Gladius is waiting for him. Imagine that gameplay. Imagine if you manage to get an org that works like that. This is a space dream that we have. And this ship is 370 meters long, 104 from left to right to up and down, 104 meters. So seeing this picture, we would assume from here to here it is 104 meters when it is extended. So that means this number is also when the ship is extended. And it has weak guns. Yeah, this ship needs to have escort. And then the other MISC ship that we had been looking into it, but the problem here is we are no miners. We are not into mining at all. But if so, this one would be the hub of the org. It can refine. It has a medbed. You can load ground vehicles for planetary expedition, mining related, of course. And it looks awesome, yeah. Compared to the other ships, the hulls D and E, this picture looks new. And here you see nuances, tiles of the ship, yeah. When they say in concept or in development, we believe this ship is actually in development, but not the hull D and E. It has a small hangar for whatever ship. Yeah, this one is a combat because this is is classified as capital ship. And capital ships, they have big guns, but they are slow and a big target. So you need to have small fighters in order to defend this one. And no, it's not a capital ship, it's a large ship. 250 SEUs. This one would be eventually, but it's not. But when we go to and see if we have money laying around and we do not know what to do with, we would need to pledge a ship or couple of ships that we can gift to someone, yeah, in sort of a giveaway or sell it. This would be the only one thing. And interestingly here is, it's not RSID anymore, but this ship is still available. Standalone 10 years. If you would get an LTI token and upgrade that one with this one, then we also have a Galaxy with lifetime insurance and upgrading. So let's assume we would do that. Now we have a ship, but this ship comes modular. That means you need to select modules that you can put in that ship. And everybody had seen the Perseus today or the past few days. Perseus, the new ship, and this one looks basically the very same form factor as the Perseus. And where the elevator is are these modules. So Robert Space Industries does something smart when it comes to create modular ships. The base chassis is the same or very similar to the Perseus and the Polaris a little bit, yeah, but more to the Perseus. And then you just exchange smaller pieces out of it. And seeing this, yeah, let's say we would go for the Galaxy and we would say we are absolutely no miners. What modules can we add? We can add a cargo module for $80. We can add a medical bay for $100. You will need to go back to your hangar and exchange this module like you would do with ship components. And mining, we are not into mining, but we could. Yeah, here we see concept. 10 years LTI. And if we would go with this one, we would have the Galaxy with 2 modules gives us 190. And we currently have 135 store credit. We would still need to spend 430. But when we go into our hangar and would get rid of this one, this paint, $3. The clipper, $12. The clipper, the ship, 150. Then we are already $300 store credit. And when we can say, oh no, look, that's why we have the golem arcs. We have the golem arcs as a placeholder for the upgrade to the ironclad. Okay. Makes sense. So 300, we could unlock 300 store credit. And if we would do that, if we would unlock that 300 store credit, we only would spend 140 additional money IRL into this project, and we would have a very big ship. But we already have a big ship, the Drake Ironclad. So why should we do that? Yeah, why should we? Why should we spend money on a ship that does basically the same like another ship we already have? No. We have fun now with the hull C. It works. We could go for the hull B and would have a medium hauler that basically would replace in the capacity the railing. It has a not very good looking cockpit, but who cares? So this would be one thing. But then we still have 150 IRL store credit. We can do either go for the hull C or hull D. So let's have a look into the ship matrix. This ship matrix will give us, for the hull C, we will get an error. We do not need an error, the hull C is out anyways. So, but when we could go for the hull C, we know that works. But if we go for the hull D, yeah, 20,000 SCUs, we will get the hull C plus the Hercules C2. And when we see this, we have another problem. The merchantman also gives us the hull C and the C2 as a loaner. So that would mean we could go for the hull D and don't get additional ships in our fleet. Because they say if you pledge for a ship that has a particular loaner and you pledge another ship that has the same loaner, you only get the loaner once. So that would mean if we would spend the money for the hull D, which is a capital class ship, we don't get any other ship in our fleet, which is awesome when it comes to maintaining the ship fleet small, but we do not spend 550 on a ship and don't get nothing, right? So the only one conclusion will be the hull C. And with that, we would have a second hull C in our fleet, and we could use this ship to melt again once we are bored out for whatever reason, or some surprise ship comes out that we want to have. But our ship fleet is already way too big. Yeah, we are one guy, and even if we talk orc, we are a small orc, and everybody has its own ship, and everybody wants to come with their own ships. Even now, when IAE free flies, they want to show up with the free fly ships, just to have fun. I mean, that's quite fair, but that is not how an orc works. Yeah. The only one question we have is the Zeus Clipper CL the right choice for us? All right, so for now, this is it. We will melt the Clipper anyways. The Clipper has 10 years. We do not use that. Of course, we could upgrade this one to another ship, but we would rather pledge for hopefully a MISC LTI or another LTI, because you still can do the salvager. The salvation is still available, $60, and you will get LTI. So if you would pledge for the Hall C to have a second Hall C, then we would spend, what was it, 300 in store credit, 500 would be the price listed. So we would need to spend an additional 200 to get this ship. 200 instead of 500. That could be a deal. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time. Space whaling!